For years, I have told myself I'm going to change my life. I have started before, I have made plans before, I even managed to build certain parts of life that I wanted before. And then, somehow, I always ended up back at the beginning. So this time, I'm doing something different. I'm not going to wait until I have everything figured out. I'm starting exactly where I am. This is Project Escape, and this is week 1. If you have watched episode 0, you already know where I have come from. That episode was about my past, the different versions of me, the things I tried, the things that worked, the things that didn't, and ultimately how I ended up here. But I don't want Project Escape to just be a story about my past. I want this to be what happens from this point forward. Every Sunday, I'm going to document where I am in 5 years of areas of my life: mentally, physically, financially, emotionally, and spiritually. These 5 things are going to be the foundation of this series, but they are not going to be the only thing that I talk about. Whatever happens during the week, exercises, discoveries, failures, random things I learn, places I go, people I meet, ideas I have, all of that can become part of the Project Escape. This isn't a daily vlog, it's more like a weekly chapter. Every Sunday, we stop, look at where I am, and figure out where I'm going next. And I want to make one thing clear. I'm not starting this because I think I'm broken. I'm starting because I think I have a lot more potential than what I'm currently doing with my life. I want to find out what happens if I actually take every part of my life seriously. Not just money, not just the gym, not just productivity, but everything. Because what's the point of becoming financially successful if you are mentally destroyed? What's the point of having a great physique if you are emotionally miserable? What's the point of achieving everything you wanted if you completely lose yourself along the way? So, what's the experiment? Build all 5 at the same time. Start with the mental side. One of the biggest things I want to change is how I use my mind every day. I don't want my brain to just consume content all day. I want to actually use it. One thing I've started doing again this week is chess. I used to play, stopped for a while, and now I'm bringing it back into my routine. I'm also going to be live streaming chess every day at 11 am on this channel, Arjun1337. And for me, chess isn't really about becoming some professional chess player. It's about thinking, sitting with a problem, looking at consequences, making decisions, and being comfortable being wrong. Which, considering some of the decisions I've made in the past, might actually be useful training. I am also reading Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. I want reading to become a consistent part of this project. Not because reading a book actually automatically makes you smarter, but because I want to constantly expose myself to new ideas. Psychology, philosophy, business, science, history, anything that makes me question how I currently see the world. So I finish reading one book every week, and after reading Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon, this is my summary of what I got. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill argues that success begins with a strong desire, clear goals, faith, and persistent action. It emphasizes developing a positive mindset, learning from failure, surrounding yourself with successful people, and turning ideas into organized plans. The central message is control your thoughts, believe in your goals, and consistently act toward them. The interesting part about this book is that it really isn't about money, at least not what I'm taking from it. The biggest idea I'm taking from it is the importance of having a very clear goal. It talks a lot about desire, not just casually wanting something, but having a definite goal that you're willing to organize your life around. And that actually fits perfectly with what I'm trying to do with Project Escape. The key lessons I'd mention is number 1, desire. If I don't know exactly what I'm trying to build, then it's very easy to lose direction. So for me, Project Escape isn't just about making more money or becoming more successful. I want to become a better version of myself across 5 areas: physically, mentally, financially, emotionally, and spiritually. Second is faith slash belief. Another idea that stood out to me was belief. You can have a goal, but if somewhere in your mind you have already decided that you can't achieve it, your actions are going to reflect that. So, part of this journey is learning to actually believe that change is possible while still being honest about how far I have to go. The number third is persistence, and probably the most relevant one for me is persistence because I have already started over before. I've had periods where I was in shape, productive, disciplined, and focused, and I've also had periods where I have lost all of that. So this time, I'm not interested in proving that I can be disciplined for a month. I want to see what happens if I can actually stay consistent for years. But I think that's the point of reading. I don't want to just consume information. I want to take the parts that make sense, test them in my own life, and see what actually changes. So, what's my mental challenge for this week? Read, learn, apply, and next Sunday, I'll tell you what exactly stuck with me. And outside of books, I'm going to spend time researching, learning things I'm genuinely curious about, going down rabbit holes, testing ideas, and bringing the things that actually matter into these episodes. Because I don't want Project Escape to just document what I'm doing, I want it to document what I'm learning. Physically, this is probably the area where I have the most obvious work to do. Right now, I am around 95 kilograms. I am carrying a lot of fat. I'm not currently training consistently. My diet isn't where I want it to be, and I'm not taking any supplements right now. Even my sleep schedule is fucked up because of the late night gaming sessions lasting up to 2 3 am that I end up sleeping late and waking up late, sleeping in. And honestly, I'm not going to pretend otherwise. This is my starting point. The goal isn't to look good for one photograph. The goal is to build a body that I can actually maintain. Better strength, better conditioning, better diet, better sleep, better energy. So from this week forward, I'm rebuilding the physical side from scratch. I'll start training consistently. I'll clean up my diet. I'll figure out what supplements, if any, actually make sense for me. And most importantly, I'm going to track the process instead of just relying on motivation. This is 95 kilos. This is the baseline. And months from now, we'll see what happens. I am not starting any gym right now because I need to firstly lose all of the fat. So I'll be thinking of doing PSMF or just cardio, home workouts, and cycling. I also need to buy a bicycle because I sold the one I had. I could go running, but first goal is to get the supplements, that is muscle builder for ashwagandha, then multivitamins and fish oil. Fish oil has been a daily supplement for me, but I currently don't have one. So I'll buy the fish oil, multivitamins and ashwagandha so I can manage the daily requirements. Financially, then there's the financial side. This is probably the most complicated part of Project Escape because I'm not just trying to make more money, I'm trying to build the ability to create more money, manage money, and eventually use that money to create more opportunities in life. And for that, the starting point is the cents challenge, where I'm starting with just a $1 cent account, that is 100 cents in Forex trading gold XAU USD, and trying to turn that into a big sum. And this Monday, coming 24th of August, I'm starting something very simple. I'm starting with $1, literally $1, 100 cents. And the objective is to see how far I can take it. The actual trading journey is going to be documented separately on the Top Notch Trading channel because I don't want Project Escape and this channel to become a trading channel. Here, I am interested in what the financial journey does to the rest of my life. Can I become more disciplined with money? Can I build businesses? Can I create more income? Can I turn small opportunities into big opportunities? And eventually, can the financial side of this project fund experiences and opportunities that improve every other part of my life? This currently what you see on the chart screen is a chart for milestone 1 for the cents challenge. Here I aim to turn the 100 cents into 3000 cents, that is turning $1 into $30. And then I'll be withdrawing 2000 cents for buying the supplements. Right? I will buy the supplements for the 2000 cents, and then the remaining 1000 cents will go towards the milestone 2 that you will see the chart on your screen right now. On milestone 2, I aim to turn this balance into 12,500 cents, and I'll withdraw 10,000 cents from there. That will go towards SAM, that is Signature Account Management, my premier account management service where I manage account funds. But for SAM, that is also my daily income routine in trading, and that is how we go. Because this is where everything connects. The money isn't the destination, it's fuel. Apart from trading, I am also going into content creation through YouTube and Twitch. Currently, my PC doesn't support dual streaming, so I'm streaming gaming, Counter-Strike on YouTube, and also creating content around that like smoke utility and all of that shorts. I make highlights of my streams and eventually looking to grow the channel and grow the followers so I can start earning through ad monetization and sponsors. So that is another one of my clips. I also stream every night 9 p.m. Monday to Sunday, 9 p.m. IST. Counter-Strike, I'm grinding Face It till level 10 and even till Challenger if possible. Slowly, we'll get there. Emotionally, I'm actually pretty stable right now. And that's something I don't want to overlook. I have a lot going on, a lot of projects, a lot of things I'm trying to build, but right now I feel focused. One thing I have learned from the past is that you can have a perfect plan and still destroy it because of what's happening inside your head. So I want to start paying attention to that too. How am I feeling? What is stressing me out? What am I avoiding? What am I excited about? What is actually making me happy? Earlier, I used to make big plans, chasing big multi-billion dollar dreams. Right now, I have stopped doing that, and that has reduced my stress by a lot. Right now, I just focus on the things what I have in hand, what I can do actually, and not try to force things that are outside my hand right now. And if something goes wrong, I don't want to just bury it and continue working. I want to understand it, fix it, and move forward. Right now, I'm focused, I'm excited, and I'm in a pretty good place emotionally. So this week isn't about fixing something that's broken, it's about protecting something that's working. Even spiritually. And now the hardest part. That's probably the hardest one to measure. The spiritual side. I'm not going to force myself to have some profound spiritual experience every week just because the series has a spiritual category. Sometimes spiritually might mean prayer, sometimes meditation, sometimes reading philosophy, sometimes being alone with your thoughts, sometimes just experiencing something that changes the way you see life. For me, this part of Project Escape is going to be about understanding myself and my place in the world a little better. I don't have all the answers. That's kind of the point. I'm going to document what I actually experience and learn rather than pretending I already understand it. So that's week 1. Mentally, I'm going back into chess, reading again, and building a habit of learning. Physically, I'm starting at 95 kilos, out of shape, and without a consistent training or nutrition system. Financially, the $1 journey officially begins this coming Monday. Emotionally, I'm stable and focused. Spiritually, I'm still figuring things out. And honestly, I like that. Because I don't want to start Project Escape at the finish line. I don't want to make the first video after I have already lost the weight, after I have made the money, after I've built the businesses, after I've figured myself out. I want you to see the part where I'm still figuring it out. The boring days, the bad days, the days where I don't feel motivated, the days where something goes completely wrong, and hopefully the days where something finally clicks. This is the beginning, not the beginning of my life, not the first time I've tried to change, but the beginning of this chapter. Every Sunday, I'll come back here and show you where I am. 5 areas, 1 week, one version of me at a time. Let's see where this goes.